Hello guys, today being a Saturday, the open of the Kenyan Premier League. I am at Kasarani National Stadium. I'm going to watch Gor Mahia playing against Sofapaka. And of course there's a game at the adjacent stadium. It's Kariobangi Sharks against Kenya Police. And of course here we have the academy team of Kogalo playing against I think another academy which I'm not sure about. So we are going to watch this game and analyze one or two things about it, and of course we are going to discuss a lot more about football besides Kenyan Premier League, maybe the English Premier League, and of course maybe the African football as a whole. So I hope I'll get one or two interviews from maybe the Green Commandos Academy youngsters, and of course maybe I'll try as much as I can and get some stakeholder from the FKF to help us, of course, with that. So I guess you will, I understand, or I think you'll find it interesting, and I urge you to subscribe to my channel as Gerald Media on YouTube. Thank you. There are some keynotes to take from this game so far. It's halftime. The players and the coaching staff are in the dressing rooms actually. There's something I've come to realize throughout that first half. There's no coordination or no leadership from Gor Mahia defensive line, but I think they will work on it in the second half. If you look at the previous games or the Charity Cup that they played last week and you compare it to today's game, you will realize that they are lacking something so crucial. And I think they lack a Harun Shakava. So you know what I mean when I say when I mention Harun Shakava, because he was one hell of a leader. They are not as fluid as they used to be, but we cannot blame them for that, because the first game of the season, they will work on it as the season progresses. Another thing that I think they need to work on actually is passing. They have been giving away the ball so much in the first half, and I think the only player who's been as active as he should be is the number 11 for Gor Mahia. The lad has been playing so well. He's been active. He's been so fast with the ball, releasing it so quick, and I think in the second half they will get a goal and equalize. Besides, I need to leave Gor Mahia a bit and talk about Kenyan football as a whole. The Kenyan football is really lacking, and we should be fair and honest with it. When you go up the leadership ranks and you go down to the clubs level, you will realize that there is no linkage between the academy and the senior teams. Like right now we have the academies training at the training ground outside there. I asked one of them if they have been promised at least something to do with being promoted or being coached to that level, but the lad told me that they were told that they should finish school first. They should at least finish school until Form 4 to be able to get the promotion to the first team. I think that's something we should work on, because these are talented kids, and they should be included into the first team as soon as possible. The other thing we should be talking about is payment of players, and that freaks a lot. I really miss the days when we could have players play the whole time without them going on strikes, or without the coaching staff having to leave the team during every summer because they haven't been paid their dues. We have certain players who have left Gor Mahia because they have issues with the management, because they haven't been paid, and it's not only at Gor Mahia but in other teams too, other clubs too.
Naitwa John Kiru, nachezea Green Commandos na Green Commandos Academy, na iko kama academy ya Gor Mahia. Afu napenda kucheza Green Commando ndio niweze kwenda majuu, niweze kununuliwa. Niende nicheze maybe Liverpool, Gor Mahia. Naweza request hao wenye wako in charge ya sports waweze kuja huku waweze kuona wale watu wenye hawana maybe pesa ya kuchezea huko majuu ama ya kununua hizo vitu za kucheza mpira, wakuje watu support, watununulie jezi, naweza kutupatia mpira tuweze kutrain nazo.
Guys, I think I should halt it at that point because I'm seeing the players coming down the tunnel. After the second half, I'm going to analyze the second half, and after that, we will talk about something outside Kenyan football, maybe African football, and of course, we all love the English Premier League. So we might talk about the English Premier League a bit before we call it a day. The second half is underway actually, and it's almost ending. And so far there are some things I've realized as I watched the game. Gor Mahia started the game so lively in the second half than they did in the first half. And what I can say is that they need to work on their midfield because there has been a fall actually in the midfield. The Sofapaka players have been outnumbering them in the midfield in terms of physicality and in terms of that technical ability. The wing backs have been playing so well, but unfortunately they have not been able to chip in process as they used to be doing them, as they used to do them, I mean. But I think that's something they will work on as the league progresses. There have been 2 penalty situations. I can say controversial penalty situations because Sofapaka had some players taken down in the 80 boxes, but unfortunately the referees have not raised their flags on the reasons for penalties. Gor Mahia players have been playing so well in the second half as compared to the first half. I think they have taken note of what their coaches told them after the break. They have come into key offensive positions to score, but unfortunately it's part of the game that they lose chances. But they have conceded a lot of fouls this second half. I don't know what's wrong with them, but it's something that they can work on. And as I promised you as we are ending our first assessment for the first half, that we will be talking about something that resonates with football outside Kenyan football. And that's something to do with English Premier League. Today I want to talk about English Premier League as opposed to the fraternity of African football. So the English Premier League is entering its 3rd week. Today I think Tottenham Hotspur will be the first match playing this afternoon. I've been watching some key games, some key teams playing, that is Arsenal, Chelsea yesterday night, Liverpool, and of course Manchester City. And there's something I've taken note of. I can say Manchester City are still a team that will strive to win it for the 4th time in a row. Watching them play, you will realize that Pep Guardiola is a genius because he's again come up with a different formation and a tactical way he wants his team to play. So far this season, the past 2 games, he's been using Ederson to chip in the long balls, and this time is not that they are not those long balls that we used to watch in the olden days of football, but it's kind of using Ederson as a playmaker. So far in the past 2 games, he's been using Ederson as a playmaker, chipping in those long balls to the wide players, who of course are so much technically gifted, to drift into the opponent's boxes and of course take a shot. And there's something actually I want people to try and look deep into, and that's Arsenal. in as much as we could say they bottled the league last season, but this season they're the team that are on a mission. And I think if they continue with that trajectory, I think they might win that. They might win the Premiership. And of course, among the teams that I deem favorites to win it are Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. And of course, Manchester City is the best team in the world currently, but Arsenal is a team to watch keenly. When we go to my favorite team, Manchester United, I think we have a hole in midfield. We have Casemiro, who so far the past 2 games has been left stranded in midfield because Mount and Fernandes have been going further forward in the final third a lot more than they do the defensive work, and that has left Casemiro so much stranded on his own. And when you watch the Wolves game, Casemiro could be dribbled past so much as opposed to how it used to happen last season. I think among the smallest teams, I think Burnley will be a team to watch, because if you have been watching Vincent Kompany's game from the time he was in the Championship with the same team, I think he's a Pep Guardiola reincarnated. Of course, it might be an overblown thing, but he will be a coach to reckon with in years to come. So guys, I want to end my analysis today. I think Gor Mahia's game is about to end, and the score is still 1-0, but I think they might get a goal because they've been so much offensively good as opposed to the first half. They might get a goal or two, but we never know. This is football. It's just the start. As you can see, the stadium, the fans aren't as many as they were in the final game of the season last season when Gor Mahia lifted the trophy. I think fans should come in huge numbers next time and at least cheer their teams play, because it will be a motivation to the team and players, coach and everyone when fans come in large numbers. Gor Mahia will be playing their home teams in Kisumu. They have been allowed to play their home matches in Kisumu by FKF. The next thing I think should happen, there's a rule which has been issued by FKF that the clubs cannot stream their games directly from the stadium, but of course they can buy the streaming from Azam, which is will be the national broadcasters from game week 2. I think they should at least consider that. They should at least reconsider it, because we should be having our own clubs stream our games so that we can watch them on YouTube or anywhere else. Thank you guys. I urge you to subscribe and like and share with your friends and relatives. At least from next week we will be doing a lot more of analysis and any other talks outside football. My channel name is Sir Gerald Media. You can go to YouTube and check on it. I will be sharing my analysis and anything else that I will be talking about there, and I hope that you will enjoy them. Thank you.